Welcome to the Margin Business Digital Entrepreneur Podcast. Today we got Atay Mehmet, and Atay will show us how Merchant Spring really works and what are the benefits you can take from this amazing software. Let's just have a look at it and follow along with Atay. Atay, lead us into success with the software.
Thanks for the intro, Omar, and thanks for having us. Always excited to take you through and show you through our platforms. But today I get the honor of doing it, which is even better with yourself. So look, this is the Merchant Spring platform on your screen. This will be a very light lift overview of the platform. So I'm not going to go too deep into the metrics and what we offer. We'll do some high level stuff and have a look at the platform. So beginning on your screen here, we always land when you sign into the Merchant Spring platform on the main dashboard. The very first place, I never ever start showing this platform on the metrics. I always start here at this button up the top right, which is the Add Channels button. Very few people know that Merchant Spring is actually quite well connected when it comes to e-commerce and marketplace connections. We've recently done a facelift, and we've also broken out advertising as well. So now we not only we kind of work in three aspects. One is we can connect your seller and or vendor channels with the associated advertising channels. We can connect the advertising channels in and of their own right, or we can do standalone seller or vendor accounts without advertising as well. But here's where we normally start. So the first thing is always the e-commerce channel. So the first thing you want to do when you sign up for, this is only the 5, right? So we've got the 5, what I call the 5 bad boys of e-commerce.
Sure.
So Amazon vendor, Amazon seller, eBay, Shopify, Walmart, probably the 5 most common ones that people use globally. We also connect to 130 other global marketplaces plus. So
wow, hundreds. So even the ones like in Germany, you have all these smaller marketplaces. Holland, you have Bol.com. All of them can connect to your software, right?
Yep. So Bol.com, yes, we're connecting. Wow. We're just working on Kaufland and Otto in Germany, just because you mentioned Germany, obviously. But to find those other ones that we connect to, you can either search for them here. So I could literally click and type Bol.com and find that here in Europe we have Bol.com. Or I can delete that and simply click and scroll. And it is a vast list. So we break it down by regions.
Libre, everything is there, you know?
Yeah. Okay. Asia Pacific, like we've got Asia Pacific ones like Bunnings, which is like a hardware store here in Australia. Trade Me, which is massive in New Zealand.
You got Lazada as well in there?
We got, do we have Lazada yet? That's a great question. I don't think we do yet. Okay. I believe we've had discussion about it. I don't know if it's in the works or it's being floated at the moment, but it is.
But anyway, it's amazing, you know. It's just wow. Even Conrad, Decathlon.
Yep. Okay. There's a bunch in there. So we've got some obscure ones. We've got ones that people like. I have been in e-commerce for a long time. I didn't even know half these ones existed, right? So anyway, you can connect your e-commerce channels. The second thing, as I said, we do advertising. This is advertising connected to a relative store was always something we did. So once you've connected a store, you can then click here and select that store and connect through their associated selling and advertising account. Okay. The second thing that we've done now, or the third thing, which is the standalone advertising on its own right. So we do Amazon seller, Amazon vendor, Amazon DSP if you want to go deep. Walmart advertising. We've done Walmart Connect. We're the first to market globally with Walmart Connect as a standalone advertising solution. So we are the first partner to connect with them. It was recently announced on our LinkedIn page. If you're not following Paul and James from Merchant Spring, you should, because that's where you see all the good announcements. You can also follow me and Criteo through the Mabaya software. Okay. So we can also plug in standalone to connect something like an Amazon with us. Very, very simple. Select the Amazon store. We've selected Amazon seller. Select the country. We connect to all the Amazon countries. So select the country you would like to connect to. Authorize, username, password, and an authority in Amazon to say, do you want to connect Merchant Spring? We do the master accounts. We also do the child account. So if you're an agency, we love you. because you can also connect them and make use of this tool through some permissioning. We have some permissioning in our how-to guide, but very, very easy to connect. Once they're connected, the stores will sync across. Then you will get some sort of view of data, okay? This is a demo instance, and in this demo instance, we have 14 stores connected. And they range from Amazon, eBay, and Mercado Libre. You can filter very quickly. So if I really quickly wanted to pivot and just look at my Amazon data, I could check the 3 Amazon boxes there and click off, and you will see Amazon data instantly. It's not one of those platforms that takes forever to load. And this is one of the reasons I fell in love with this platform. It's very, very fast. If I then want to pivot back to all of my data, I can do that.
Yeah, because you know there's other software. I mean, they're a lot heavier when it comes to large data chunks like this. They are, you know, and I see it's really fast. So
we can handle it. Yeah. Our platform can handle it. We do filtering by country as well, Omar. So if you're working in specific regions and you have specific people working in those specific regions, let's say I only care about the US data. I just want to click on the USA and pivot that data again. So again, I can pivot by channel. I can pivot by geography or geographies, combinations of geographies. And we also do this really cool thing called tagging. We can tag accounts that you've loaded in and associate them with a user. So for account managers, really awesome piece of kit, because it means that you can then go in, view your accounts in your view and make sense of that to be able to then view your book of business. The second thing we can also do is give external access to clients who can then log in and view their own data as well. So it's a really good proactive tool for account managers to be able to then give their clients access to the tool. And rather than doing like a once a month reactive meeting, which a lot of agencies do, their clients are now demanding, you know, we want more ad hoc reporting, we want reports on demand, and it puts a lot of strain on you as an agency. This will allow you to sort of alleviate that pain, give your clients the access. It could also open up a new revenue stream for you. A lot of clients do see the benefit in that, where they on-sell our seats then and then open up a new revenue stream. And they then take away that burden of having to create the reports, because your client can do everything that you can do in this platform as well, which is really, really cool.
Okay.
So
you can give them access, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Absolutely. Another really cool thing, we have built in time zoning. So you can look at your data in real time zone. So if you're working with an Amazon UK account, you've loaded a UK account in, you can change the account time zone to London and view the reports in their time zone, which makes it really cool for the client, because then they can see their data in real time. Equally, because it wouldn't be super complete if we didn't round it out with currency. So if I am looking at Great British pounds or in the British time zone, I also want to look at the data in pounds. So pivot that data. We do a daily historical conversion. So you're getting as real and as accurate data information as we humanly possibly can get at that time. So we're doing real-time conversions for that data as well. We then go into filtering. So you can filter by the presets here. You can set your own time comparative periods as well. If you have some sort of like, we start on the 3rd of the month and we finish on the 3rd of the next month or something like that, right? So you can set your own time periods and comparative periods, and you can pivot the data. This is a daily interval chart in the background there. If I want to look at this same data set, but in a weekly view, just to limit the amount of data that's in there, but give me a bit more of a sort of consolidated view, I can do that. Okay. A lot of our charts will also give you the ability to change the metrics. So we can look at sales data, order data, average order data, the number of units sold or ordered items. And some of the charts will also give you a line bar, a line chart or a bar chart option. So you can pivot that data to make it look nice for you or make sense for you in the way that you compute data. Export to Excel is a must. So our data will take you most of the way there, but some people like to have pivot tables. They love building pivot tables. I'm not one of those people, but if you are, I'm not going to yuck your yum. Go ahead and click the button, export it, put it into your Excel spreadsheet and your pivot tables. Yeah, and keep sort of digesting that data in the way that you want. So this screen here, you know, this is our main dashboard. This is a collation of all of the data in one view. So all of your data in one single view. So I can look at all my data, I can slice and dice it with the filters and make a view of that data and pivot that data. But we do sales data, we do things like profit and loss data, we do purchase order data in these two charts here. We look at advertising performance and summary and by channel breakdowns. We'll look at things like your stock availability, seller health, top performing products, order fulfillment statuses, sales, average sales by day, broken down by channel, which is awesome because you can look for like trends in data of where you're sort of slumping in sales. So then give you the ability to make some decisions there, and overdue orders. We then go deeper. We can actually go into a single channel view and go really deep on that data as well. And I'll show you just a very quick overview of that in a minute. But one of the things I did overlook here is the notification center, where you can actually set up notifications for things like your lost buy boxes, low inventory, seller health, suppressed listings. So you've got the ability to tweak and set up reminders there to then be able to go deeper on that data. So that's the main dashboard. Okay. Did you have any questions on any of that, Omar, or that all sort of makes sense right now?
No, it makes a lot of sense. It's just it's a lot of data, obviously, when you connect to all of this. But you know, I'm very surprised because since last time we spoke, the software has evolved a lot. So
yeah.
from you know, you need to have connections with all of these marketplaces, and it's that's a pretty big yeah, it's a pretty big achievement. Where I would say, you know, I'm very
I think that that shout out, man, it gives me the ability to do one shout out, and that is to our technology team. We're a small team, but our team works as a mighty large team. I have worked for very large software vendors before and companies outside of Merchant Spring. And this team is one of the best tech teams I've ever worked with. They make things come to life so quickly and they don't break. Which is even cooler. They don't break. Amazing. It's a really robust platform. So I have to shout out those guys. The team are amazing.
Yeah, I can feel that, you know, in the software, definitely, because, you know, achievements or accomplishments like that, they this is a pretty short time frame in what all of this has been achieved, you know.
Yep, totally. So then I guess, Omar, without going too deep, and I'm not going to, we've gone from 5,000 feet. This is kind of like the 2,500 foot view. There are a plethora of other reports, and these are then when you go to my channels, you can pick any one of the connected channels that you have, and you can go deeper. So you can start to look at things like traffic and conversion reports. You can make like custom sales groups to compare your data. We've got profitability right down to ASIN level data. So you can do profitability of your whole business. You can look at profitability of a single store. You can do side-by-side profit and losses over time. So profit and loss over a 12-month, 6-month, quarterly window. And then we can do the same for an ASIN level, a single ASIN. You can check the profit and loss for that one product to see if it's profitable or not, which is amazing. Then we go down to things like your suppressed listings, pricing, operational data, marketing. There are other brand new features coming soon. I don't think I can name them yet, but there's one really cool one that is coming very, very soon.
Wow, that would be interesting. Let me update me on that one, please.
I will let you know as soon as it comes, man, and we can talk about it. Right now, I can't, but it is amazing. This will actually make this tool even better. With the ability to take your own notes as an account manager, so I can take my own notes and create executive summaries in this tool to build reports.
Okay.
And that is the last thing I'm going to show you in this tool, which is the report builder, which I think absolutely knocks this out of the park as a tool. We have the ability to create single channel reports, or if you use that tagging methodology that I spoke about before and group your accounts together, you can create multi-channel reports in our tool. But the report tool itself is amazing, the report builder. So I'm just going to take an Amazon seller account. We would initially name the report. This one's called test report. I have the ability to run this report one-off, daily, weekly, or monthly. So I can schedule that report to run automatically as well. I select my time period and comparative period and amount of data that I want to show in each of those report elements that I'm going to select in a minute. I can configure the currency, the time zone, the day, whether or not I want to include or exclude tax, and use any different colors for values. And then all of the elements that I showed you in that my channel report and the dashboard, you can literally click, drag, and drop to create a custom report. So I'll pick 3 or 4 little elements here. and of course our executive summary. We know that when you create a report, obviously the executive summary needs to be at the top. So you can just simply click, drag and drop and reorder this report any which way you want. If there's any further customization you need, so in this case, I need to configure my advertising performance trends. So I can select Tarkos as the comparative feature that I want there, save it, the report's ready. There's no waiting time, it's ready, right? Now I've got a couple of options. I can view the report live, which I'm going to show you in a moment, or I can email this report out and schedule it to send in that frequency that I selected earlier. So if I want to put internal, external stakeholders in here and schedule it, remembering that I need to update the executive summary each and every month or week or day, I can schedule it and that report will send out to those recipients that I put here. The report, as I said, was ready when I clicked save. This is what the report looks like. And we do, sorry, one thing I forgot, we do white labeling. So although you see Merchant Spring here, we can put your logo, we can mask the URL, we can change the tabular name and the favicon, we can change the coloring. We do really any and all of those things in variation. This is the report. There's your executive summary that I showed before. And here are your reports, which it creates instantaneously. Anything in the reports that has like the charts or the graphs in it, they are still interactive. So you can hover over at different points in time and talk about the metrics within the report as well. It's amazing. So I can pivot any point in time and I can talk about the metrics if I'm in a meeting with a client or I'm doing an internal meeting in-house and we're talking as an account review with the team. If I, for whatever reason, forget to email to my client or send them a report, I can download the PDF and email it in a traditional sense as well. That rounds out my very quick Merchant Spring demo. If anyone wants any more information or would like to take it up, obviously Omar will probably give you my contact details or you can reach out to me on LinkedIn. Yeah, go ahead, guys. Definitely. Happy to chat to any agencies, brands, you name it, we help you all. Anyone that's selling on multiple marketplaces, please come to us and have a chat at least.
Yes, I can really, I can just confirm this because it's an amazing software. And from what I've seen, like I said, the evolving software since I think we spoke a few years back, and today it's like a very advanced software, Merchant Spring, and even that you can change the logo is as well amazing for agencies like us to actually just take the product. Because I really like this report. This is something, because that you need to present some stuff, and there is the people working with us, they need to present stuff to the clients. So it's I think it's really good before they draw up their own thing, which maybe not look the best, or there is things now which can create it for you, and this is definitely something what I'm really this just takes a lot of your shoulders, when you present something like this, you look a lot more credible in that sense, so really in general, I mean, wow. So for the Middle East, is there as well, do you have Noon there? Can you check this out if this is as well something Noon?
We don't yet. I'm pretty sure we don't. Obviously, I lived in the Middle East, so I think it was one of the first ones I checked.
Okay. Not yet, yeah.
And not yet. Yeah, not yet, but probably coming.
Okay.
It goes really on demand. So a lot of the things that we build is based on customer demand.
Definitely.
So, Middle Eastern customers, if you need something like that and you want to have Noon connected, just ring and get connected with us so that we can then build it for you. Our team will build it. Like, I've never heard the team, like, we'll scope it out. If there's demand there, we will build it. Just back to your point on reporting, though, there's two key points there, really. The time and effort and cost it takes for agencies to build reports.
Yes.
Download from Amazon, Excel export, check the numbers, print a report, and then find out that the report's wrong because you put a number in wrong. You put one digit wrong, and then your customer jumps up and down and screams and says, "What is this?" Like, you've made a mistake. It happens. Human error happens. Take that element out of it. Let the API do the work for you, and let Merchant Spring do that heavy lift of building it for you. And then you don't have to have that issue, right?
Great point. Great point as well. Yeah. Yeah. So thank you for this complete, I mean, the complete software like overview. I'm sure there's a lot more, but I think you really wrap this up really into one very easy to understand 20 minutes. And yeah, if anyone wants to get in contact with Atay or the Merchant Spring team, just reach out. I will put all the links and details as well into this video. And yeah, thank you again for your time today.
Thank you so much. And Omar, look, really appreciate it, mate. I always enjoy having a conversation with you, and I'm sure this won't be the last one, but shout out to you guys. And if anyone needs any translation work that is in our network, and really the ability to internationalize your website, please reach out to Omar as well, because he is amazing at what he does.
Thank you
so
so
we can't
much,
have you plug us without me plugging you, mate. It doesn't work that way.
Great. Okay. I guess
appreciate it. Thank
then
you, mate.
nice end of the day.
Thank you, mate. Have a lovely one.